Good morning and welcome to day 3, the final day of action here at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Rugby Sevens tournament. As ever, we're coming to you live from the Armitage Centre in South Manchester. Hope you're well. I'm Josh Murray, and over the next 3.5 hours we'll be watching the business end of what has been a fascinatingly entertaining tournament of Rugby Sevens. We saw 4 games on Friday to kick off the pool stages, 12 yesterday, including the 4 quarterfinals yesterday afternoon. So today it really is the nitty-gritty. 4 semi-finals coming to you live this morning before the finals, and the 3rd and 4th place playoffs kick off later in the day, running you through then how it's all going to work. So as we saw yesterday, the 4 quarterfinalists winners go into the Cup semi-finals today. So that was North, South West, South East and West Wales. They're heading into the Cup semi-finals, which will be played in just a little while. The 4 losing quarter-finalists from yesterday afternoon, so that's Scotland, Ireland, the Midlands and East Wales, go into the bowl competition. The 4 semi-finals will be played, then the losing sides will play off in 3rd and 4th place playoffs, and then the 2 winning sides from both semi-finals will play in the bowl and cup finals, which will round off what has been a fantastic weekend of rugby here at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games. The players we've seen on show could potentially be future stars of the Rugby Sevens world, and are just some of around 1,600 athletes of school age who've been competing across the city in various disciplines. But we of course have been focusing on the Rugby Sevens, and we'll get straight back to it now, because Scotland and Ireland are just about to take the pitch in the first of the 2 bowl semi-finals here this morning, and that should be a fascinating clash. Quickly running through the 2 squads for both sides. For Scotland, Melissa Scott is 1, Nicola Howitt 2, Louise McMillan, the captain, is 3, Rachel Shankland 4, Kirsty Reid 5, Katie McKay is 6, Erin Watson 7, Nikki Simpson 8, Lisa Thompson, who scored a stunning hat-trick yesterday morning, wears 9, Amy Watson 10, 11 is Connie Griffiths, and Chloe Hannant is 12. For the Irish, Niamh Doran wears 1, Molly Scuffham-Cabe 2, Robin Gleeson is 3, 4 is Sabrina Kennedy, 5 is the captain Chloe Blackmore, 6 Vicky Graham, Kate English wears 7, Shannon Tollahay 8, 9 is Brittany Hogan, 10 Ima Corrie, 11 Yvonne O'Shea, and Marie Hopkins wears 12. The first of the 4 semi-finals then about to kick off here this morning. It really is the business end of the tournament. Get ready for what should be a fascinating 3 and a bit hours of Rugby Sevens here. There'll be a short break after the 4 semi-finals. You can recharge your batteries and then prepare for the finals later today, but not a single game is worth missing. So here come both sides then for the first semi-final in the bowl competition. Scotland against Ireland. A true international clash here at the Sainsbury's School Games. Remember, we're seeing the best school-age athletes in the country competing in various disciplines. Plenty of sports that have been on show this weekend, but I would say the one place you want to be right here, right now, is the Rugby Sevens here. Chloe Blackmore, the Ireland captain, will get us underway, playing from left to right. And this really is when it all gets serious. It's knockout rugby from here on in. Thompson picks it up there for Scotland. She had such an impressive game yesterday. 26-all, the clash between East Wales and the Scots, and Thompson got a hat-trick in that one, and now it's looking as though Scotland might go clear here early on to get the game's first try. Does she have the pace? It's Louise McMillan, the skipper, against Mairead Hopkins. She's swerving this way and that, and she does have the legs to get there. And what a start for Scotland there. Less than a minute on the clock. And they take the lead. And the captain, Louise McMillan, leading by example. Quick tap and go from the penalty inside her own 22. Element of surprise, and when she burst through that first tackle, back to pace to get her all the way. Oh, conversion attempt there from Lisa Thompson. So close yet so far. Crashes off the crossbar. So the score remains at 5-0. With 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Thompson with the restart then. Ireland looking for an immediate response from Mairead Hopkins, one of the stars of the tournament in my eyes. Trying to find a way down that far flank. Bringing it back now with Blackmore. To Scuffham came in. Now Emma Corrie, who we know has speed. She's showed it so often in this tournament. She's round the outside. One player to beat. Is she going to go all the way here? I think she might. What a score from the Ireland 10. What a breathless start to the day's play here at the Armitage Centre. Less than 3 minutes on the clock and both sides are over for the opening scores. Emma Corrie scores yet again. She's been so impressive with some of her finishes in this tournament. Blackmore, the skipper, with the conversion. Pushes her side into the lead. Fine strike from the number 5. Just over 3 minutes gone. Just under 3 minutes gone, should I say, in this first half, and already Ireland lead 7 points to 5. Good pick up there. It was a tough restart to take, but well claimed by Amy Watson for Scotland. And now Scott's looking to bring it down to this blind side. Tough route to take. Good offload there, keeping the ball alive. McMillan takes it to the ground. And a penalty awarded. And Thompson wants to go straight away, and she hands off the would-be tackler, and she might be clear for another score here. A couple of big hands off. Scuffham Cave trying to get in. Blackmore's tracking back as well. Brilliant tackle at the second attempt by Scuffham Cave, and a fine offload. Brilliant play from Scotland. And it's Rachel Shankland who scores. Well, if you weren't awake quite yet on this Sunday morning, I'm sure the opening few minutes here in this first clash have certainly woken you up just that bit more. Fantastic rugby sevens from both sides. Lisa Thompson taking the quick tap penalty, using her strength to break through a couple of tackles. She was well brought down in the end by Scuffham Cave for Ireland, but brilliant offload, and the fantastic supporting lines from Rachel Shankland allows Scotland to retake the lead. Decent strike that drifts to the right of the posts, so score moves to 10-7 in Scotland's favour. Already the grandstand on the far side really filling up. I anticipate there'll be some big crowds here today. Fantastic atmosphere already. Some fantastic support for all 8 teams that have played across the weekend, and it's a good push through the middle there from Kirsty Reid, using her strength at the breakdown. Fantastic offload, but Millen can't take the ball around her ankles. Almost a devastating counter-attack there though by Scotland. Attacking at the breakdown and almost scoring their 3rd try. Well defended by Ireland. First scrum of the morning. Ireland do well to retain possession from it, and they look to spread it now. Blackmore, she's got Corrie outside her. It goes to the number 10. Does she have the pace to get away again? Breaks the first tackle. It's a foot race now. And Corrie usually wins these. Fine effort from Lisa Thompson to get across and cover, but Corrie scores her second of the game. Blackmore, good with the conversion again. Can prove so important in a game that's as nip and tuck as this one. And that just stretches the lead with 10 seconds of the first half remaining. 14 points to 10. Ireland lead against Scotland. A place in the bowl final up for grabs here. The loser will go into the third-fourth playoff. The restart might roll all the way over the try line, and so it'll go all the way back now. And it'll be a free kick on the halfway line for Scotland. One final chance to nudge themselves back in front at the end of this first half. Erin Watson, the number 7, will take the tap from halfway. Looking to bring it to this near touchline again, where Scotland have had a lot of luck so far in this game. Nice offload to Shankland. Try and score earlier in the game. That looks as if it was a penalty offence. She certainly didn't come through the through straight there, and Thompson gets the urgency back into this Scotland attack. Down to 6 players at the moment, with Shankland just down at the moment, but they'll still look to attack, and now it's Nicola Howard on the far side. She's got Corrie to beat. Well tackled by the double try scorer, and then Ireland trying to mess it up at the breakdown. It's gathered again. Still the ball stays in play, and it's a blindside break here from Melissa Scott. Quick thinking by the number 1, but she just couldn't quite get away. Into touch, and the half-time whistle sounds. Ireland have defended well there. It would have been disappointing for them to drop down behind again as the half-time whistle approached. They've defended well, and the break here in the first bowl semi-final at the Rugby Sevens event at this year's Sainsbury's School Games. It's Ireland 14, Scotland 10. Quick reminder of the action going on across the city of Manchester on this, the final day of the School Games of 2015. Just here at the Armitage Centre, we're chock full of sports. The hockey going on just alongside us on the hockey courts indoors. We have the judo as well, but across the city there is swimming, wheelchair tennis, cycling, athletics, fencing, wheelchair basketball, a plethora of Olympic and Paralympic events. Of course, the idea is that the Sainsbury's School Games serves the purpose as a stepping stone really to that future success for British and Irish sport. And you don't have to look too far to see how successful these games are. Adam Peaty, Katrina Johnson-Thompson, Johnny Peacock, Anna Cockcroft, Dina Asher-Smith, all names who've lit up the British sporting world in recent past, and they have all come through the School Games over recent years. No doubt we are seeing some future stars here this morning, and will be throughout the day. Remember, 8 games in all coming to you live from the Armitage Centre. This is the first of them. We've got 2 bowl semi-finals followed by the 2 cup semi-finals, and then we'll have the finals and third, fourth place playoffs later in the day after a short sort of mid-morning break. But for now, back to the action in the first of the 2 bowl semi-finals. Scotland trailing 14-10 at the break, and Thompson restarts as they look to find their way back into the lead in what has been a nip and tuck affair. Ireland have somehow retained possession at the breakdown there, and they're looking to break through the middle. Well tackled. I think it was Macmillan, but they still have room here. Blackmore out to Corrie again. She's on a hat-trick. Well tackled by Kirsty Reid there brilliantly, and Corrie knocks it on the floor as she looks to regain possession. Big contact there for Scotland, and an important tackle as Corrie looked to use her speed again. I look to have turned it over at the scrum. The referee asked for it to be reset. And turn it over again, this time legally so, and they've got it out along the ground. Erin Watson trying to cover, but Blackmore has got the speed to get away here. Does she have the support? Goes herself. Offload picked up. Scotland players flying into the breakdown here, trying to keep her off the ground potentially and earn the turnover. But Ireland pushing forward. Will the ball come back? It has done, and on Ireland's side as well, it's Tollehay now. She's got support from Hopkins. Outside her is Yvonne O'Shea. Can she finish in the corner? Another try for the Irish. Ireland stretching their lead. Blackmore again. Another brilliant conversion from the Ireland captain. And they're just stretching clear here. 4.5 minutes left in this second half. But 21 points to 10 they now lead. Scotland have led twice in this game, but they've been pegged back and now trail by 11 points, and they need an immediate response. Knock on from the restart, not the ideal reaction to Yvonne O'Shea's score. Ireland then with the scrum just outside the Scotland 22. They've lined up with all three players to the left. Erin Watson does well to disrupt the ball and then tries to fall on it. Sit on in the process, and Blackmore has possession again. She's made some real inroads so far this morning. It's well tackled by Thompson. And now a lovely step there for Ireland's number 7, Kate English. That's a fine score. And Blackmore again. 4 conversions from 4 for her. Playing a key role in stretching Ireland further in front. 28 points to 10 they lead now. And it might just be too much of a mountain for Scotland to climb here. There's still time, still 2.5 minutes remaining. And correction on the try score, it was not Kate English, it was number 1 Niamh Doran who waltzed through for a fantastic score. Lisa Thompson, who's had such an impact on this tournament, trying single-handedly to bash her way through the Ireland defensive line there, but she's well brought down, and Scotland under pressure at the breakdown, although Shankland is up. It was actually Macmillan, the captain, but she was held in the tackle, so penalty to Ireland. 1.5 minutes remaining. Scotland with the put into the scrum, just behind their 10-metre line. Ball seemed to go all the way through the tunnel there. Scrum will be reset. Turned over well at the set piece by the Irish. Is there time for another score? Lovely step inside and out, and she's racing clear now. Does she have the pace to go all the way? Answer is a yes. Sabrina Kennedy with the latest Ireland try. Blackmore can't make it 5 conversions from 5, but it doesn't really matter. Ireland have romped home in the second half to secure their place in the bowl final later today. It was a fantastic first half, 2 tries apiece, but after the break, Ireland just managing to turn the screw on their opponents. Pulling clear slightly, but a fantastic advert for Rugby Sevens once again, as we've seen all weekend. Ireland's 33-10 victors means they will go straight into the bowl final. Scotland will contest the 3rd and 4th place playoff later in the day. Second bowl semi-final just around the corner. That one will be contested between the Midlands and East Wales. East Wales, of course, who topped Group B, only to be overcome in the quarter-final yesterday, the final quarter-final, arguably the game of the competition so far. Their neighbours, West Wales, winning that one 20 points to 12. An absolute thriller to close out the day. So East Wales into the bowl semi-final, and they'll take on the Midlands in a couple of moments. Still to come this morning, the 2 cup semi-finals as well. Certainly not ones to miss there. The North take on South West. The North, the only side to have won every single game in their competition so far. And after that, it's the South East taking on West Wales. A couple of mouth-watering cup semi-finals then for you later, but now it's the Midlands against East Wales. A quick run through the teams. For the Midlands, 1, Rebecca Herring. Jessica Ball is 2, Laura Thomas 3, Brooke Clark 4, Lucy Atwood is 5, Ellie Turner 6, Megan Varley 7, Rhiannon Donaghy is 8, Sophie Hancock 9, Chloe Andrews is 10, Katie Gregory 11, and Laura Bezic is 12. For East Wales, Emma Hennessy out is number 1, Sophie Waugh number 2, Millie Williams is out as number 3, Martha Setchfield 4, Courtney Lewis is 5, Eve Jones 6, Meggie Lewis 7, Claire Morgan, the captain, is out as 8, India Babillion 9, Larry Truslove is 10, Finn Pinch 11, and Sam Morris wears 12. Both sets of players just lining up in the marquee to the left of the pitch. Seconds remaining until the start of the second bowl semi-final. We'll find out who will clash with Ireland in the showpiece of that event. Couple of names to look out for on both sides in this one. If you're new to the tournament, for East Wales, Emma Hennessy has scored a hatful of tries in the competition. Really pacey young player, finding room out wide. As soon as she does, you can bet that she'll be over for the try. For the Midlands, Chloe Andrews had a really good day yesterday. Some big tackles, especially in the earlier games, really making an impact. And Megan Varley as well, the Midlands number 7, really impressive. Sophie Waugh as well for East Wales, the number 2, has enjoyed a fine tournament. 2 wins and a draw in the pool stages for them before yesterday's quarter-final defeat. But it's a clean slate this morning as both sides take to the field for the second bowl semi-final. So East Wales in the darker blue with orange shoulders, kicking from left to right from the restart, and the Midlands there in the lighter blue will receive early on, and it's an early knock on there from the restart, and a good early platform for East Wales. First scrum of the match though, steady enough from East Wales, who had the put in, and Morgan gets it out now to Hennessy, who ships it back onto Morgan, running a really good supporting line there. The East Wales captain, and she got the pace to go all the way. Megan Varley it is who gets across and makes a fine covering tackle. But they still have possession, East Wales. Can they retain it still? Now Waugh, Sophie Waugh getting it out. Babillion, and who's out wide now? It's Lucy Atwood. Now she takes the long route round, and she got the pace. Another fine covering tackle, offloads a good one. The ball, I think, then went forward, and it'll be a scrum down to the Midlands. Brilliant opening minute or so here, fantastic attacking from East Wales, but the Midlands, as we saw so often yesterday, brilliantly resolute in defence. Midlands win the scrum under a bit of pressure, but really good line there from Megan Varley. Running round to the blind side. They still have possession. Referee judging that the ball went forward. Sophie Waugh making the crucial tackle there, and East Wales will have another opportunity to attack from inside Midlands territory. Sun is beating down now on the pitches here at the Armitage Centre in South Manchester. Had a couple of glorious days. This one looks like it might top them, and perfect timing as well for the day when the competitions will be decided, as East Wales had looked to attack here. They might have men over. It's Morgan looking to bash through the middle. Double tackle from the Midlands prevents her from scoring. Both sides quite narrow now. It's out to Atwood, is it? Maggie Lewis it was, but it's turned over brilliantly in the contact from the Midlands. They just do not know when to lie down. The side in light blue, looking to run it out of their own 22 though. Risky tactics. Turned over again. It's another knock on. Pressure building here. East Wales looking to break the deadlock. 2.5 minutes in though, it's still Midlands 0, East Wales 0. Again, a solid base for East Wales, and Babillion breaks down the blind side. Could she get there? Again, fantastic tackle on the cover from the Midlands. Both players throwing themselves into the breakdown, and in the end it's a penalty to the Midlands. Babillion holding on the floor, so close to getting over for the try, but 2 Midlands players throwing themselves in. Still the Midlands look to break from deep. As of yet they're struggling to find any gaps, and in the end they try and kick it clear. It's charged down, but I think they've kept possession. They do have. Brooke Clark it is now for the Midlands, and Varley taken well by Sophie Waugh, and she's turned the ball over. She might go in herself here, the number 2. Desperate moments for the Midlands, but it's knocked on. The Midlands still in this game, still no points. Referee bringing it back for the knock-on. 4 minutes in, still no tries in this one, but don't let that fool you into thinking it's not been entertaining. The Midlands have not yet managed to get out of their half, I don't think. But their defence has been incredible, and they still managed to keep East Wales out, but was that a mistake going down the blind side? It might have been turned over here, and if so, it'll be another platform for East Wales to attack from. Has been turned over, and now blindside run from Maggie Lewis, and it is the game's opening try. East Wales take the lead. Conversion attempt unsuccessful, but East Wales finally break the deadlock at about the 4th or 5th time of asking. Maggie Lewis it was. Midlands again struggling to break out of their own 22, turned over, and Lewis saw the gap on the blind side, went herself, and touchdown for the first try. So East Wales 5, the Midlands 0 with a minute and 40 left of this first period. Just a quick reminder, the winner of this will go into the bowl final where they will take on Ireland. We saw beating Scotland earlier this morning. The Midlands this time electing to kick and put the pressure on in behind, and East Wales get back well, but the Midlands at least out of their own half, giving away the penalty. Frustrating for the side in light blue, who must say have got fantastic support over on the far grandstand. It's Morgan, the captain, who gives it to Emma Hennessy. She hasn't seen a lot of the ball yet and tries to get the ball away, knocks it on in the process. Fantastic tackle there from Brooke Clark for the Midlands. And they'll have the put into this scrum just inside East Wales territory. The Midlands get the ball back this time, but it's a messy ball out. And Megan Varley can't quite gather it on the floor. A tough one to pick up that. This will be the final act of the first half here. East Wales leading final at the moment. Nice wraparound move here. It's their room, there's a gap in the defensive line, and it's offloaded to Emma Hennessy. And once she gets up ahead of steam, nobody can catch her. In for East Wales' second score as the half-time buzzer goes. Frustrating final moments there for the Midlands. They were still in it at 5-0. They're still in it now at 10-0 with conversion to come. And over it goes. Stretches the lead. Millie Williams to 12-0 now. That game's certainly not over, but East Wales proving why they looked so strong all of the pool stages, and indeed yesterday, the first half of the quarter-final against their neighbours West Wales. They looked really strong, but West Wales flew out of the blocks in the second half and ended up closing that one out. That was a thriller, that one. 20 points to 12 it finished, with a last gasp try for West Wales to wrap up the result. Team talks for both sides now. As half-time continues, it's East Wales 12, the Midlands 0. Fantastic support, as I've mentioned before, for the Midlands side, for all teams, but most notably the Midlands have had some brilliant support over the 3-day tournament. Their supporters will be hoping as well that they can cheer some tries in this second half. It will need a quick response from the side in light blue if they're to make their way into the bowl final. 12-0 they trail at the break. Hennessy with the try just before the half-time whistle. Maggie Lewis scoring earlier in the period. So 7 minutes remain in this, the second of the bowl semi-finals. East Wales 12-0 ahead and looking immediately to stretch that further. It's Emma Hennessy again who breaks using her speed on this near touchline, but this time the cover tackle comes in and it's a fantastic hit from Laura Thomas to prevent Hennessy getting any further up the field. Line out ball. Midlands have possession, but they're going backwards. Did that ball go backwards? The referee judges it went forwards. Messy ball from the set piece, but they retain possession, East Wales. And Hennessy has switched wings, decides to cut in field this time. Basketball pass over the top, but it did go backwards, and it might have freed up some room here on the near touchline for Maggie Lewis, who steps well. It's not Maggie Lewis, sorry, it's Courtney Lewis who's going through 2 steps. A good hitch kick. The offload, if it's there, is another try. And is that the game for East Wales? Really impressive there from East Wales, stretching the play from one side to the other. Courtney Lewis doing much of the damage, breaking through a couple of tackles with a hitch kick. And then finished by Sam Morris. (17-0) the score then to East Wales. Andrews offloads as Midlands look to get themselves on the scoreboard. Brilliant pick up from Brooke Clark, looking to use her pace to get away, and now it's Andrews again on the outside. But East Wales have turned it over at the breakdown. They've done so often this weekend, and shifting it to the wing. Sam Morris, the try scorer, ducking under a tackle and keeping the ball alive. Players fighting for the ball on the ground. It was Sam Morris eventually who's got it. Sophie Waugh now. Out to Courtney Lewis again, who finds room on this near side. Breaks through 2 tackles, but Chloe Andrews wraps her up brilliantly there. Ball retention superb though. Brilliant dummy from Morris. She's one player to beat. McFarley's the one who just can't quite make the tackle. Morris has her second in the space of about 2 minutes, and with 3 minutes of the bowl semi-final to play, East Wales have booked their spot in the final. 22 points to nil with the conversion to come. Kick drifts wide. I think it is safe to say now that it will be an East Wales Island Bowl final. 2 minutes 40 remaining. A real reaction here from the side in blue and orange after the disappointment of going out in the quarter-finals of the cup competition yesterday to West Wales, should I say. Andrews, again though, powering through there. Midlands side just do not know when they're beaten. Fantastic to see. But it's turnover again at the breakdown by East Wales. That's why they've potentially won this game here. Midlands looking to go now with Sophie Hancock, and she's giving it out. It's a brilliant busting run and a hitch kick now as well. Can the Midlands get on the scoreboard? Well tackled back by Courtney Lewis, who's been everywhere this morning. Can they retain possession? Varley trying to get over it, but it looks as if it might have been turned over here. It has been, and East Wales ruthlessly not allowing their opponents to get on the scoreboard, and then a penalty given away, and East Wales are let to go quickly. Eve Jones now, and it's shipped on again. A foot race might ensue. Who's going to win it? Martha Setchfield is well tackled. And will it be turned over on the ground? Ball still available. It's intercepted at the front of the line out by Morris. 2 tries for her in this game now. Jones is brought down. Nice step from Truslov, who gives it off. Ball does go forward. Megan Varley trying to kick, and oh, it almost bounces in the Midlands' favour, but instead it's fallen for Lewis again. And that will be the end of the bowl semi-finals. East Wales flexing their muscle in the second half there. 27-0. They triumph over the Midlands. Fantastic display again from both sides, but it's East Wales who triumph, so they set up a bowl final against Ireland, which will come later this afternoon. And the third, fourth place playoff in that tournament. The Midlands will take on Scotland. A couple of intriguing clashes there. Most notably, of course, the final, but Midlands-Scotland will sure be a fiery one, given the game we saw on the opening day where Scotland dominated much of play, but Midlands did brilliantly well to steal it at the end. So a replay of that one later this afternoon before East Wales and Ireland clash in the bowl final. But now we're on to the Cup semi-finals. These, of course, the 4 sides that won yesterday's quarter-final clashes. Up first, it's North against South West. So an all-English affair here. The North, the only side to have won all 4 games in the tournament so far. They've looked brilliant throughout against the South West, who will be desperate to make it to the Cup final, potentially make it all the way. Quick run through the players as ever then. So for the North, 1, Eloise Hayward. 2 is Caris Marsh. 3, Kelly Smith. 4, Tanya Donkin. Tyne Jenkinson is 5, Imogen Curl 6, Charlie Wilcox 7, Bella Young 8, Laura Perrin 9, Holly Aitchinson 10, Ellie Kildunn is 11, and Captain Rachel Woozy wears 12 for the South West. Kat McNaney is 1, Vicky Laughlin 2, Chantel Miel is 3, 4 is Brooke Bradley, 5, Maisie Goodmanson, 6, Abby Dow, 7, Anna Wolfe, Rowan White the captain is 8, Poppy Leach is 9, Millie Wallace 10, Hannah Luff 11, and Caris Cox is 12. Both sides just lining up ready to take the field. It really is the business end of the tournament now, and both sides will know that. They're one win away from the cup final, and all the teams came here for. Sainsbury's 2015 school games has been a fantastic event all weekend long. But this is where the best try and prove themselves, show that big game mentality. A tough one to call. The North will be in their usual pink or purple. Southwest in orange. And here the sides come lining up now. It's sure to be a fiery affair. And here they come. For both sides, the gold medal is just potentially 14 minutes away from being just a game away. If they can win here, they will make it to the final and a shot at that gold medal, a coveted prize at the end of these school games. But 14 minutes is a long time. And this one, I'm sure, will be a close run thing. It has the potential to go down to the final seconds. We've seen quite a few tries scored after the buzzer throughout this weekend. And we're waiting potentially for one where it will prove crucial in a knockout game. So Southwest will be playing from left to right. They will take the kick-off to get us underway. The first of the Cup semi-finals here at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games, the Rugby Sevens tournament. Southwest against North. We're underway. It's a high hanging restart. Will it go 10 metres? It will. So Southwest retain possession well from it. Brooke Bradley isolated, but does well to get the ball back. And they're looking to shift it now. Long raking pass to Anna Wolf, taken around her ankles there from Kat McNaney. Shifting again, a really good ball retention here. Accurate passing, and Abby Dow has stepped in and then out, and she's backing her pace to the corner. Will she get there, Dow? What a start! Rugby Sevens is a breathless sport, and we've seen it there. Some people haven't even taken their seats in the grandstand on the far side, and already in this one we have a score. Southwest retaining possession from their own kick-off, shifting it from right to left, and Abby Dow doing the rest, stepping in and then out and racing clear to score. So Southwest lead the North 5 points to 0. What a start we have to the Cup semi-final. Wilcock for the North, out to Ellie Kildun, who has been another of the star performers in this year's event. Does well to shift it inside, but the touch judge's flag is up on the far side, so Southwest will get possession back, or certainly will have to put into the line out here. The North almost sussing that one out there. Couldn't quite gather it. Captain Rachel Woozy almost intercepting at the front, but it will be a southwest put in to the scrum. I'll have cheers as well from the hockey just to the left of us there. Drama all around the school games this year. Still plenty more in store here at the Rugby Sevens, no doubt. Ball won by North, and it's brilliantly picked up there, so they can regain possession from it, but the set move just not quite working. Kelly Smith in midfield, taking her eye off the ball momentarily and knocking it on. Frustrating opening 3 minutes or so for the North. Reminder again, they're the only side coming into the semi-finals today that have won every single game, all 3 games in their pool, and then pulling clear as well in the quarter-final yesterday, so inevitably one of the favourites for the gold medal, but at the moment they're in a little bit of trouble. Early days, of course. Only 5-0, but they might be further behind. Lovely stepping from Chantel Miao. She's going all the way here. Well tackled back from Captain Rachel Woozy, and the ball may have gone forward, but instead it's actually gone back, and Dow has received it on the wing again, and she's going to back her pace to get there again. Well, well. The North potentially were not expecting this from the start. Not yet got out of their half, and they're now 2 tries behind, and it's Abby Dow with her second of the game. Chantal Miel it was who made the original break, busting to within 5 metres or so of the try line, and then quick ball, allowing Dow to make the most of the overlap and go over, stretch the lead. It's 10-0 then, with just under 3 minutes of this first half remaining. The girls in purple just want a bit of possession more than anything, yet to really put some phases together. We know the danger they can pose when they do, but it's been a brilliant performance so far from the Southwest to deny them that. Another high hanging restart, and it bounces, and the Southwest have possession again, and it's brilliantly taken from Anna Wolf, and she's taken in the air, so a penalty. Leach now shipping it out and on, and Dow has it again. Less room now for the number 6, but she gets up ahead of steam and bursts through 2 tackles and almost through a third. Well denied, gets it back though, and deciding this time to shift it to the right, and there might be room here. Wolf is in support here, Anna Wolf. Woozy, the captain, brings her down. The ball put back, Aitchinson trying to secure it, but Southwest do brilliantly to retain it still. It's Bradley now into the contact area. This one might be turnover, but the Southwest throwing players in, and it's Dow out to McNaney, stepping, and Dow running that perfect line to try and get in support outside. It comes back to her. Brilliant defence from North, but Dow running really hard into midfield. And finally the North get their reward for some brilliant tackling and work at the breakdown and turn it over. No real idea what they're doing here, but they'll look to break from deep. Passing it this way and that. Relatively static runners here, and it's been turned over in the tackle by the Southwest. Can they make the most of it here? The ball not going to hand, but picked up well by Leach. Clever little grubber kick through there. If it works, it'll be sublime. Too much on it, but some creative thinking there from the Southwest, who at the moment are heading towards half-time with their 10-0 lead intact. A minute to go of the first period. Couple of changes for the Southwest. They've been incessant in their intensity. I know the importance of keeping their lead at least at this level at the break if they can. Ball out again into the final 30 seconds of the half. Chris Marsh puts it into the scrum then, which turns, and it's a penalty for the North. And they'll look to go from deep here. This will be the final act of the first half. It would be a really good time to score. Holly Aitchinson looking to break now. brilliant tackle, finds the offload to Kildun. She's well brought down. The offload's superb, and they're going to hand now for the North. Ball goes backwards and then forwards from the second player, and that's the half-time whistle. Really good first 7 minutes from Southwest. 2 tries from Abidal, meaning that they are just 7 minutes away from a spot in the cup final and a shot at the gold medal. It's Southwest 10, North 0 at the break. Both sets of players then come back together for the start of the second half. The first of the cup semi-finals, Southwest leading 10-0 and just one half of sevens away from a shot at the gold medal. Second semi-final coming to you live immediately after this one. The South East taking on West Wales in that one. But for now, back to what is becoming an increasingly intriguing clash here. Well taken by Wolf from the restart. Ball going backwards there, so Southwest can continue to try and break out of their own half. More importantly, retaining possession and running down this clock. North have barely had an opportunity so far. They'll be keen to make sure that changes in the early stages of this second half. But at the moment, it's Southwest who have possession. To shift it to this near touchline now. It's a 2-on-2 position potentially. Harris Marsh makes the tackle. The North throwing players into the breakdown, but illegal hands on the floor means Southwest can go from a tap penalty. Really good movement here and passing at just the right moment. Aitchison and Wilcock it is making the double tackle there. And now pushing over at the breakdown, but still the Southwest find a way to keep possession. This time it is turned over though, legally so, but North just forcing it a little bit at the moment. And it's knocked on. Couple of changes there. Tanya Donkin on for Kelly Smith for the North and Karis Cox on for Chantel Miel for the Southwest. Roll on, roll off replacements here at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games. Immediately into the action here, so Southwest with an opportunity maybe to attack from their own half, but it's knocked on by both sides. Scrum down, purple ball this time, and potentially a good position from which the North can try and stage an attack. Aitchison does really well to pick that up because it was a bobbling ball, and now she's building up some speed and turning back inside to find the support of her teammates. Good step from Imogen Curl, and then the referee finding they were offside, so the North breaking immediately here, but the pass just not going to hand. Well gathered back though by Tanya Donkin, just onto the field and doing well, but there's no support here at the breakdown, and it might break for McNaney, who hacks it on once and then twice. Picked up well by Aitchison, who does brilliantly to turn out of the tackle. And now she's backing her speed down this blind side. Cutting inside and then out again, she's no support. Throws the pass inside and picked up by Donkin. If they can ship it wide, they've got players over. Ellie Kildun is one of them. throws the miss pass to Rachel Woozy, the captain. Does she have the legs to get there? The crowd thinks she does. Game on here in the cup semi-final. Superb broken field playing there from the north. Aitchinson started it, did really well to gather the ball going back virtually inside her own 22. Couple of fancy steps, got her out of trouble, and then attracting the defenders. There was always an overlap. Wilcock threw the miss pass out to Rachel Woozy, the captain, and she ran it in. Really tough conversion here for Aitchinson. She's got some difficult ones so far this weekend. This one would be the hardest of them all, though, you feel. It's not a bad strike as it got the distance, not quite, hits the base of the post, so the 5-point deficit remains. 3 minutes still on the clock here. It's the North 5, Southwest 10. You feel this one set to go down to the wire. The North racing back for the restart here. Hanged in the sky, but well gathered. Given by Cox, a wrap-around move. Doesn't quite work, but it's gone backwards, so they will retain possession. Abby Dow, who's played so well in this game, taking it into the contact, but the ball goes forward, and the cries from the North fans go up a notch on the far side. I sense that the tide just turning in this cup semi-final here. Not really having an impact in that first half, but it's been all them in the second period to this moment. 2 minutes remaining. We'll let you know about what happens in terms of extra time as and when that occurs. At the moment, though, it's not required. Southwest lead by 5 points with 1:50 to play. North, though, with the put into the scrum, and it pops straight back out. Can they use it well? Aitchinson has it in her hands now. She's got Kildun outside, throws a dummy and steps well, and now breaks through the first line of defence. Gathered up by Dow. Goes to ground, and Wilcock does well to strip it off her, and now it's out to Woozy and Aitchinson now. She's got support from Donkin if she needs it, but instead she goes into the contact herself. Central position now, Marsh here. She's got Donkin outside, and Woozy's making the run outside, but Donkin might back her speed herself. Instead gives it off to Woozy. Southwest doing really well to get across in defence. You feel this is a key moment. Is it turned over there at the breakdown? I think it might have been. Brilliant work if it has been. Not sure who it was, but it has been turned over. And now it's hacked upfield, and it's a foot race to see who might get there. Going back is Tanya Donkin, and she went down to pick it up. The ball was hacked on. Rachel Woozy now gets it. Every player breathless, but Holly Aitchinson now, and she's given it off for Kildun. It doesn't go to hand, but it's gone backwards. Kildun then scragged by Dow, and the ball's gone clear, and Abby Dow has got it now, and if she can race clear, it's the game. Southwest are heading into the cup final. What a time to get your hat-trick try. Abby Dow turning the ball over in the tackle and racing clear to secure Southwest's spot in the final at the expense of North. The North, the only side coming into this semi-final stages who had yet to lose. But that is coming to an end now. Dow looking to convert her own try. It won't matter if she doesn't. And it flies to the left of the post, but it's a big result for the Southwest. They're into the final. 15 points to 5. In truth, they dominated the first half, but the North flew back into it in the second. It was nip and tuck. The Southwest defence doing brilliantly well, and then right at the death, Aitchinson and Kildun looking to break on the far side. If the pass had stuck from Aitchinson to Kildun, it might have been a different story instead. Dow made the tackle, the ball went loose. She gathered and galloped clear for the win. So the Southwest are the first team to write their name into the cup final. They'll be going for the gold medal later this afternoon. For the North, they'll be looking for the bronze medal in the third, fourth place playoff for the Cup. So certainly the tournament not over for them either. But for both sides now, a time to reflect on the morning so far. And for us, a time to very, very quickly catch our breath before the last of the 4 semi-finals this morning. The second Cup semi-final to find out who will be taking on the Southwest this afternoon. It's the Southeast against West Wales, coming live in a moment. Here we are then, the final game of the semi-finals. We've seen victories so far today for Ireland, East Wales, the Southwest, and now it's time to find out whether Southeast or West Wales will take their place in the Cup final, going for the gold medal at this year's Sainsbury's School Games. Can hear the shouts coming from the changing rooms in the marquee just to the left of us, both sides getting fired up for this one. Southeast have looked very good in the tournament so far, a couple of standout performers, but some fantastic team displays as well. And West Wales potentially the surprise outfit in the Cup semi-finals. They lost all 3 of their pool games, undeservedly you feel really, because they played some fantastic rugby, but they finished bottom of the pile there, and then they upset East Wales in the quarter-final, the match of the day yesterday, last up. So they'll be brimming with confidence heading into this one. Katie Thicker it was who got the crucial try that turned the game in that clash. She'll be lining up as number 1 for West Wales. Megan Whittaker will be 2, Carly Jones 3, Kaylee Powell 4, Delyn Alcock 5, Megan Beach 6, Gwen Crabb 7, Bethan Lewis 8, Caris Lloyd 9, Beth Lewis 10, Bethan Jones 11, and Captain Elish Butchers 12 as the players take to the field. And in yellow, the Southeast, Sophie Tandy 1, Jess Breach 2, Boo Wadhams 3, Morgan Freeman 4, Rosanna Moynihan 5, Olivia Almond is 6, Eleanor Perry 7, Holly Brando 8, Taz Bricknell 9, Zoe Harrison is 10, Captain Sarah Byrne 11, and Rosie Galligan wears the number 12 shirt for the Southeast. So the final 14 minutes of the morning session here, and we're about to discover who will be battling it out with the Southwest for the gold medal later this afternoon. Southeast playing from right to left to get the game underway, and it's a brilliant restart, and it's come off the boot, and it's fantastically picked up, and already Southeast starting to look a little bit dangerous, shipping it out wide. to Jess Breach, and it's inside and then brilliantly offloaded. What a score at the start of this game from the southeast. Harrison, the number 10, with the finishing touch to what was a superb flowing team move. They gathered the ball from their own restart. Players running fantastic lines right and left, offering support for the offload. And it's the best possible start for the southeast. Harrison can't convert her own score, but that matters little because superb start with less than a minute into the first half, and already southeast on the board. They lead 5-0 here against West Wales. This time the restart not going to go the distance. So a free kick to West Wales and they'll get their first possession of the game. Katie Powell taps and goes. Looking, they've packed that left-hand side. Is there going to be enough room? Thicker with the step, beats one player and can't get her hands free for the offload. Well defended by Southeast, throwing players in at the breakdown. One player coming around the side, so a penalty opportunity. West Wales brought back. Thicker then will tap and go, and bringing it to the open side. Lewis has to delay, but then she gets it off to Butchers. It was a nice one-handed offload, but unfortunately the ball just not quite going to hand, and no advantage coming. Glimmer of creativity though there for West Wales, and that will give them some confidence after the early score from their opponents. Solid set piece from Southeast. Harrison takes the ball well, and then it's shipped on to Jess Breach, who has some gas here. Is she going to go the distance? It's going to take some stopping her, and Breach is going to increase the lead for the Southeast. Harrison knocks the conversion over, stretching the lead further still. Strong start from the Southeast, 12-0 up now. Ball just bouncing in play before heading out, so it'll be line out to West Wales to try and take quickly. Just inside their own half then, the West Wales side. And out going astray, well gathered by Freeman for Southeast, and they've got players over again. It's shipped on to Breach, and she'll put the afterburners on and go clear for a third. $17-0 now, and is that going to make it? It drifts over. Nice conversion from Zoe Harrison, who's really impressing in this semi-final so far. And West Wales now facing a real challenge if they're to make their way into the cup final. 19-0 they trail with 2 minutes left of this first half. Ailish Butchers, the captain, takes it. He's well brought down by Freeman. Pushing through really strongly at the breakdown, the players in yellow, but they've retained possession for now, West Wales. Now look to shift it with Lewis. Out to Thicker. Alcott now, but she's scragged by Breach, and West Wales just not able to break out of their own half. And Breach has done brilliantly to turn it over at the breakdown. She might be in for a hat-trick score here. Can she go clear? Well, it's a first half hat-trick for Jess Breach. And surely that will be enough to see South East into the final at the expense of West Wales. Brilliant effort as well from Harrison from the touchline. Didn't quite have the legs. 24 points to nil. South East lead with 30 seconds remaining of this first half. The hanging restart, really well taken by Beth Lewis, but she's hit by Sarah Byrne. Chance now on the overlap. Powell it is, who does well, steps one tackle, but is brought down at the second attempt. And Alcott can't gather it. Going backwards now, West Wales. Breach on her feet might have turned it over. Not quite secured it, so there might be one last chance for West Wales here if they can find some room. Sucking defenders in, and free on the wing here is Carly Jones if they can get it out, but it's turned over. Is it legally done so? Penalty to South East. They've got players out right if they use them. But they instead look for a pre-planned move and give it to Captain Byrne, who gets the ball out to Breach, stepping in and out. And it's free on the wing for Harrison. Another really good attempt at the conversion, again just falling short, but there's little doubt who has come out on top in that first half. South East have put a foot into the final, or potentially more than a foot. They need 29-0 here against West Wales, who just haven't been able to really break out of their own territory at the moment and put much pressure on South East. A hat-trick for Jess Breach in the first half as well, the highlight. But it looks as if it's going to be an all-South England affair in the Cup final. South West, of course, booking their spot at the expense of the North in the previous Cup semi-final. Just a bit of information for you. We've got the second half of this game coming up next, and there'll be a short break of sort of half an hour or so, allow you to recharge your batteries before we go all over again for the third and fourth place playoff in the bowl. There'll then be the bowl final. We'll then have the bronze medal match for the Cup before the tournament is rounded off in style by the Cup final. Well, they'll bring coverage of the presentations to you as well live here at the Armitage Centre. So still plenty more entertainment to come here. But at half-time, it's South East 29, West Wales 0. So the second half underway here in the second of the Cup semi-finals. South East with a comfortable cushion at the moment and looking to stretch it further from deep here. Breach this time, the pass just too much on it. Well gathered up anyway though. And a brilliant blindside Blake here from Holly Brando. Has she got the pace to get away? Katie Thicker does brilliantly to cover back and make the tackle and force the knock-on in the process. Superb defensive work there from West Wales, as it looked as if South East were going clear for yet another. Brando finding some room and racing clear, but Katie Thicker, who of course scored the crucial try in the quarter-final game yesterday afternoon, getting back well and forcing the knock-on in the process. So it'll be a scrum down to West Wales in their own half. Pops at the back. Katie Powell gathers up well. And West Wales look for some room. Alcock it is, breaking through, and she's gone through here. Does she have the pace to go all the way? Zoe Harrison is coming back for West Wales, but there's a support runner here. Can she get there? Alcock off. Try for West Wales. Brilliant support work from Carly Jones. Much of the credit has to go to Walcock, who made the initial break, umming and ahhing about whether she could get there herself. Harrison, in the end, made the decision for her, making the tackle. The offload was perfect. And Carly Jones gathered to go in under the posts. 29 points to 5 now, the conversion to come. And Powell slots it from in front of the post. So a lifeline for West Wales at the start of the second half here. Byrne losing the ball through her legs there, but picks it up well. Can West Wales mastermind something truly special here? Instead, though, it's Sophie Tandy is it on the ball. And now Byrne, who runs the supporting line. And knocked on as West Wales look to try and earn a turnover at the breakdown. So South East showing their good game awareness there. Not panicking as after conceding the try. 3.5 minutes left now, and still West Wales need 4 scores. It's not impossible, but it is improbable. Strong set piece again, allowing Byrne the platform, and she steps well and then bursts through the covering tackle, and she might have the pace to go all the way here. It's Carly Jones getting back and making a superb tackle, and the offload goes to ground as well now. Jones gets up and gathers possession, but she's scragged in the end as well, so West Wales can't counter, and the referee taking it back for the original knock-on from Byrne's offload. Brilliant work by the South East skipper, but just not quite able to get away and score the try that would wrap up this game. 29-7, the score remains with 2 minutes 40 on the clock. Turnover at the scrum, and this could be an opportunity. selling the dummy. Is she going to get there? Boo Wadhams it was. Offload comes to Eleanor Perry. She's been on the pitch a few seconds, and now her name is on the score sheet, and South East's name is in the final. 34-7 they lead with just under 2 minutes to go. Conversion drifts wide, but it shouldn't matter now. South East have proven their worth here. Big game mentality. They lost early on in the tournament, but since then they've looked very impressive. 34 points to 7 they lead here, and it's going to be an all-South affair in the final of the Cup. So the gold medal will be travelling back down south, but which direction we will find out in a little while. West Wales, the game is not up yet, and they want to try and get some momentum heading into the bronze medal match. They'll face the North in that one, but South East have turned it over. Brilliantly taken there from Wadhams, out to Gallagher now in field. The support is on, brilliant tackling from West Wales, but the offload off the ground to Perry, to Moynihan. Can she find the pass out to Tandy? Ball goes to ground and flick off the fingers. Could be the last serious play of any note. 20 seconds remaining here, and West Wales will have a defensive scrum inside their own 22. So a final chance for West Wales to prove themselves. Katie Thicker looking to break down the blind side. She evaded one tackle but not two, and that is the result. Full-time whistle goes, and South East secure their place in the Cup final. They'll be going for the gold medal at the school games this year, and they'll be taking on their rivals from the southwest. West Wales put up a good fight, and a superb length of the field score at the start of that second half hinted at a potential dramatic comeback, but it never came into fruition. So they'll drop into the 3rd and 4th place playoff, going for the bronze medal against the North later this afternoon. Final score here, 34 points to 7. It's a South East Southwest final. So that's that for now. The morning's play finished, and what an entertaining quartet of games we have seen. Some superb rugby on show, some fierce clashes, and now we know the lineup for this afternoon's play. We'll have the bronze, the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the bowl up first. That will be Scotland against the Midlands. Then we'll see Ireland against East Wales clash for the bowl title. Then the bronze medal match will pit West Wales against the North, and finally, to round it all off, we'll have the gold medal match, the cup final between the Southwest and the Southeast. They'll all be live right here from the Armitage Centre. We're having about a half an hour break now, so go away, recharge your batteries as always, and get yourself ready for what is set to be a fantastic final 4 games at the Rugby Sevens here at the Sainsbury 2015 School Games. We'll see you in half an hour.
Oh no!
Welcome back to the Rugby Sevens event at this year's Sainsbury's School Games, coming to you live from the Armitage Centre. Hope that you're all back and refreshed, because we're about to witness the final 4 games of this year's tournament, and I'm sure all 4 will be absolute crackers. We're kicking off in a moment's time with the Bowl 3rd and 4th place playoff. That will be between Scotland and the Midlands. After that, it's the Bowl final between Ireland and East Wales. After that, the 3rd, 4th place playoff, the bronze medal match, which will take place between West Wales and the North. And finally, to decide who will take home the gold medal and the title for the Cup, it's the all-southern affair, southwest against southeast. So plenty of games to get your teeth stuck into in this final afternoon's rugby at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games. But we're kicking off here with the all-blue affair. It's the light blues, the Midlands, playing from right to left against Scotland in their usual dark blue. Both sides enjoyed an absolute cracker of a game earlier in the tournament in their opening pool clash on Friday. They were 5-all going into the dying seconds, but the Midlands stole it late on despite being under the cosh. If they can do so again here, then they will claim victory in the 3rd and 4th place playoff in the bronze, in the bowl tournament, should I say. But Scotland gathered possession from the restart and looked to run up straight away. Good offload to captain Louise McMillan there. She continued going forward. Turned over brilliantly though by the Midlands. They may not have scored as many tries as some of the other teams, but their defence has been right on the top end of the game. Ball goes backwards there from Brooke Clark, so they'll continue now with Megan Varley, who bursts through and hands off powerfully. And indeed, the referee awarding a penalty to the Midlands for a high tackle. Tapping and going, it looked like a pre-planned move. Didn't go off though. It's the ball knocked on in the process. And then a knock-on from Scotland. The referee dragging it back for the original offence, so Scotland will have the put-in just inside Midlands territory. Scotland losing out to Ireland earlier in the day in their semi-final, and the Midlands were beaten by East Wales. Those two sides, Ireland and East Wales, will contest the bowl final after this one. Nice wraparound move there from Lisa Thompson as she looks to go down the blind side. She's shown some real talent so far this weekend. It's a brilliant ball off there to Kirsty Reid, who races home for Scotland. And the game's opening try. Perfect start then for the Scots as they look to end their school games campaign on a high. As ever, Lisa Thompson, the number 9, was at the heart of everything there, bursting down the blind side, found the offload, brilliant line run there from Reed, the number 5, and she had the pace to finish it off and dot down under the post, make the conversion considerably easier for teammate Thompson. Can she add the extras here? Those cheers from the Scotland bench tell you that she certainly can, stretching the lead then to 7-0 with just over 4 minutes of this first half remaining. The grandstand on the far side starting to fill up again as these spectators come back from their morning breaks. Potentially gone over to watch some of the other sports on offer. Hockey and judo, the other sports taking place here at the Armitage Centre. Of course, just one of 9 venues across the city of Manchester hosting events at this year's school games. The restart from Thompson. Just over hit there, drifting narrowly out of play. So the Midlands can tap and go from the centre of the park, and it'll be Chloe Andrews who does so. Real urgency about the Midlands side here. Andrews frees up her hands, it's a brilliant offload, but it goes to ground. The referee said it went backwards though. So the Midlands have the benefit of the doubt, and it's a lovely wraparound here. And a nice handoff as well. Laura Thomas it was for the Midlands, but she's scragged and dragged into touch. Clever pre-planned move there at the front of the line, and it's a lovely ball back from Macmillan to Katie McKay. Does she have the pace to get away here? Brilliant, brilliant covering tackle again by the Midlands. And if there is one thing that sums up their campaign at the 2015 school games, it is their miserly nature in defence. That was brilliant covering play, denying McKay the try, the second try of the game for Scotland. Line out a little long, and is knocked on by the Midlands though, so the reprieve is short-lived. They'll have to defend the scrum now. Strong scrum from Scotland, and they win the penalty. See, offside by a Midlands player. Can they make it pay? Thompson here, there's a bit of room in midfield, and she steps well through one tackle and a second to go under the posts. Thompson can't slot the conversion this time. 12-0 the scoreline to the Scots with 45 seconds left in the first half. Hanging kick from Thompson, this time right on the money, and it goes over the head of the Midlands player. That was Laura Bezic. Half-time buzzer goes, so this will be the last act of the first half. Can Scotland make something of it? Ball comes out well. It's going to be Thompson's in midfield if she can gather it, which she does. Midlands defenders flying in now. Shankland into midfield. Referee playing an advantage again. Infringement on the floor. Nice line by Reed, and Thompson. McKay picks it up. Ball goes forwards. And that will be the end of the first half. Commanding display there from the Scots. 2 tries, one for Thompson and one for Katie McKay, enough to give them a 12-0 lead. At the moment they're heading to victory in the Bowl 3rd and 4th place playoff. 12-0 they lead at the break. So 12-0 Scotland lead then, as the second half prepares to get underway. The hanging kick won't go the 10 metres though, so chance for the Midlands at the start of this half to find a route back into the game from the halfway line. Jessica Ball with the ball. Taps and goes. Players fanning out right and left. The pass goes to the on-rushing Sophie Hancock, who wins a penalty for the high tackle as well. So making ground here in the Midlands, and there's a real urgency about their play after the break. Cheered on by their fans on the far side. Rebecca Herring into the contact, steps one, and then Thompson scrags her in the centre of the park, but good urgency about the Midlands at the moment. Hancock now. Players running up on her right. She's got Brooke Clark outside. Scotland defence covering well, but Clark bursts through 2 tackles and 3, and then the offload, and they've got players out wide if they can use them. They're lining up on the left. This should be a score for Herring. Now out to Chloe Andrews, who goes over, and a perfect response for the Midlands. So the Midlands back into this game. The conversion missed. It was a tough one from the touchline. Apologies as well. I think it might have been Laura Bezic with the try for the Midlands, not Chloe Andrews. So apologies for that one. But this game back onto a knife edge now. I heard the Midlands at the break talking about having an immediate response. The ball bounces, and now Scotland caught a little bit unawares there. But oh, just as the Midlands had the overlap, it's intercepted. And this could be a game-changing moment. Galloping away is the captain, Louise McMillan. She's got the legs to get there, and what a game-changer that was. Confusion from the kick-off for Scotland. Brooke Clark gathered for the Midlands, and had the pass gone the distance, they would have had players over again, and it might have been a Cobham copying in for a second as it was. McMillan read it perfectly, gathered the ball, had the presence of mind to go the distance herself. Brilliant play leading from the front, the Scotland skipper, stretching the lead back to 12 points with the conversion to come. Unsuccessful from Thompson, but an important score for Scotland if they're to end on a winning note. Scotland 17, the Midlands 5, with 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Restarts the blind side, gathered by Brooke Clark here for the Midlands, and she's a good runner. She has support from Ellie Turner, but it's brilliantly turned over. She tried to free the ball, Clark. Penalty to the Midlands. This game seesawing brilliantly. Volley out. Ball looked to go backwards, and referee agrees, so they'll get the advantage to play on here. But and now breaking away down the blind side. I think it's going to be a second try for the Midlands. And once again, this game fired back into contention. It's anyone's guess. The Midlands back into the game. It's 17-10. Sophie Hancock it was with the score on that far side. Didn't look like there was too much room, but she made the most of it. Waltzed through and sped clear for the try. Unfortunately, no conversion for the Midlands, so the 7-point deficit remains, but there's a single score in it now. Varley's restart dragged along the ground, but well picked up from Nicola Howard. Gets the offload to Melissa Scott here. Back inside to Howard. Lovely work between the pair of them, and they've managed to get up to the halfway line, but it's turned over wonderfully by Rebecca Herring, who decides to go herself here. Burst through 2 tackles, is well brought down, but the Midlands have players over if they can get it out. Scotland, though, turn it over on the floor. This is breathless stuff. The final game in the competition for both sides. Wonderful offload, and Thompson picks another one of her stunning lines. Can Brooke Clark get back with a tap? No, she can't. Well, Thompson lit up the stage yesterday. A superb hat-trick she got in the 26-all draw with East Wales. That line was similar to the one she was running in that game, coming from deep. Brilliant offload as well, it has to be said. Just as the Midlands looked as if they might have an overlap and could get an equalising try. They're caught napping, and it's 24-10 now with 40 seconds to go. So Scotland all but home and dry, and they will end their school games campaign with a win in the bowl 3rd and 4th place playoff. "20 seconds to go. This will be the final passage of play. Can the Midlands end on a high? So 24 points to 10 then, going into the final passage of play. And the Midlands stopping there, I think, thinking that the full-time buzzer meant that it was full-time rather than this is the final passage of play. A little bit of comedy for a second there, and in the end Scotland get the penalty. And Captain McMillan taps and goes and looks to power through, offloads on to Howard. Every player flying into the maul here. The ball goes to ground. Is it available? It is, and it's McMillan who pops up with it again. The skipper has another, and what a way to end for Scotland. Really strong performance from Scotland then in their final game of the tournament. The Midlands fighting back at the start of that second half, making it a real contest, but Scotland's quality has shone out in the end, and a thumping conversion to win it. Lisa Thompson slots it over, so 31 points to 10 the final score. Scotland end on a brilliant high. But fantastic rugby from both sides. The Midlands, again, proving their worth. So their mini-series finishes 1-1, given that the Midlands won against Scotland in the pool stages. Scotland get their revenge in the third, fourth place playoff in the bowl tournament. So Scotland 31, the Midlands 10, and their Sainsbury's 2015 school games campaigns are over for this year. Fantastic performance by everyone, though. Scotland the victors, though, 31 points to 10. So there we go, 1 down, 3 to go in the final knockout games of this year's Rugby Sevens tournament at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games. Scotland ending their campaign on a high with victory over the Midlands. Now on to the bowl final. Ireland taking on East Wales in that one. Of course, positionally it will decide who finishes 5th and who finishes 6th in the tournament, but obviously the bowl trophy up for grabs as well. So a lot to play for here between these two sides as they look to end their campaigns on a high, and here they are taking to the field. Big support for both sides on the far side of the pitch in the grandstand. And they've both enjoyed memorable campaigns. East Wales winning, going unbeaten into the quarterfinals last night, so they were beaten by West Wales. Ireland starting the day really well with victory over Scotland this morning. East Wales it will be then in the blue shirts with orange shoulder pads to get us underway. Billy Williams will take the restart, playing from left to right then. So the final game for these two teams, as much as anything, it's about ending on a high, but they know that silverware is up for grabs. The bowl trophy can be theirs. 14 minutes stands between them and that glory. Taken into contact then by Ireland. Blackmore, the captain, getting it into play and immediately shipping it on to this near touchline. And we've got two of the game's speedsters, Emma Corrie against Emma Hennessy here, and the brilliant offload from Corrie and a superb tackle on India Babilian. Eddie Babili, sorry, with the tackle on Molly Scuffham Cave. That was superb defending, and as Ireland sensed the overlap, Kate English knocks it on in midfield, but fascinating start to this game, and one fascinating battle sure to ensue is Ima Corrie, the Ireland number 10, against Emma Hennessy, the East Wales number 1, two of the speedsters who've racked up several tries apiece in the tournament so far. Corrie winning that battle so far, the first mini battle there, but then a brilliant tackle by Babili. It looked as if Scuffham Cave was free. Not so. Never say die attitude there by East Wales. They'll be determined to end on a high as well, given how they played in the build-up to yesterday's quarter-final. There's some real disappointment, I think, in the East Wales ranks that they couldn't make it into the Cup semis, and they know what an opportunity they have now to end on a high. Anyway, Morgan, the captain, with a lovely little wrap-around ball. Blackmore, the captain, it was who made the tackle, but Sophie Waugh now looking to break, and she busts through one tackle and finds the offload to Emma Hennessy, who's dragged down by Corrie. It's going to be an intriguing one. Babili now then, looking to ship it on, but it stands the dummy, and the hitch kick through, and it's a straight foot race to the line. Babili against Blackmore, and I think the East Wales number 9 has enough to go under for the game's opening score. So East Wales take the lead with just over 2 minutes of this first half played. Ireland having the early possession, but brilliant counter. Babili just waiting for the defensive line to commit, saw the hole open up. Lovely hitch kick as well to get away. Fine solo effort there by the number 9, who has been the star of this game so far, given that she also produced a try-saving tackle earlier in the half. So 5-0 to East Wales. Brilliant break through the defensive line though. Corrie has it now, and she's trying to use her pace down the wing. It's scragged by the shirt, well defended. Sets the ball back to Kate English now. Blackmore, she's got Hopkins in support, still with players out. If they can ship it all the way, it might be a try. Ball goes to ground. 7-0 to East Wales at the moment, but Ireland looking to hit immediately back. Hopkins picks it up from the back of the breakdown, backs herself down the blind side, through one tackle, sets the ball back well to Gleeson, who gets it out. Hogan now. English picks it really well off the floor. Looking for support, didn't have anyone near her, so just ran it up through the middle. Takes 2 tacklers to stop her. East Wales' defence is electric here, and the ball eventually going forward as Blackmore, the skipper, tries to gather. Sophie Waugh now brought down. Again, East Wales defending like their lives depend on it and stopping Ireland from getting back into this game. 2 minutes 50 remaining in this first half as the clock stopped for a second. East Wales 7, Ireland 0 at this stage. Watch back on then, and it'll be a East Wales scrum after the knock on from Blackmore. They have a free kick from the scrum. Ireland not reacting particularly quickly, and one player did, and that's illegally done because they hadn't retreated 10 metres. So Wales will have a penalty here, and the referee calling it, and again they're not giving them 10 metres. And East Wales have gained about 20 metres there just from Ireland not tracking back. So a false economy really for them. And then that looked deliberately knocked on. Referee judged that it wasn't deliberate, so it would just be a scrum, but Ireland's threat nullified after that original push through from Corrie on this near side. Good set piece there from Ireland actually, but East Wales have got possession back, and it's Captain Morgan now. Lovely, that wraparound's worked a few times with number 3 Millie Williams. Shepherded into touch almost, but Emma Hennessy did really well to cut back inside. Turned over though by Ireland. Can they get the ball out now? They've got players over if the camera. Hopkins it is out wide, and she'll back herself to go. Brilliant tackle by Courtney Lewis there, who's had such a good day so far. Ireland retaining possession while they're now looking to shift it back this way, and it's Brittany Hogan taking into contact, setting it back well to Blackmore, who gathers and gives it to Corrie now. Does she have enough space to build up speed? Hennessy gets her down well, and it might be turned over now. Brilliantly picked up there by Williams, who is dragged into touch, and the ball goes forward anyhow. So this will be the final act of the first half. East Wales still leading 7-0 after that early score. By India Babyllion. Can Ireland find a response before the break? Emma Corrie switched wings, as has Hennessy. That looks like an intentional ploy from East Wales. Try and mark Ireland's speedy winger out of it. Play continues though as it's brought to this side, and Anne-Marie Hopkins has it, and it's a foot race against Babyllion where she beats her and then hands off Sophie Waugh as well. Hopkins, can she go the distance here? You bet she can. Well, that could prove to be a crucial moment in this game. East Wales had dominated the last few minutes before the break, but Hopkins found room, broke through the tackles of Babyllion and Waugh, and finished well. Blackmore, it was a tough conversion, can't knock the extras over, but the score at half-time suddenly has a very, very nervy ring to it. It's Ireland 5, East Wales 7, and this game, the bowl final, heading to the wire potentially. So Ireland to get us back underway then in the bowl final here at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games. A trail against East Wales, 7 points to 5, but this has a very cup final feel to it, even if it is the bowl final technically. Very nip and tuck. It's really good defence, so no need one try apiece so far. India Babyllion getting that early on for East Wales, and then right before the break, Mairead Hopkins hitting back for the Irish. East Wales have their chance though now to get back to a more comfortable lead. Sophie Ward taken into contact, and the ball out now to Courtney Lewis, and she's pinned her ears back down the touchline. And what a start to this second half for East Wales, and she has the presence of mind to cut in field and dot down for an easier conversion. Stunning score from the East Wales number 5, and that's pushed them back into a more healthy lead again. Rugby sevens can be such a brilliantly complex game at times, but also it can be very, very simple as well. Proving that. Ship the ball out to a speedster, in this case Courtney Lewis, and let her speed do the rest down the wing. There's usually room there, and there was in that situation. Lewis going clear, and East Wales going clear as well now. 14 points to 5 they lead. Still 5.5 minutes remaining in this second half, but at the moment it is the side in blue heading for the bowl title. Remember, 2 games left to come. The bronze medal match next up, North against West Wales, and then the one we've all been waiting for, the cup final, to find out who gets the gold medal and who gets the silver. The all south of England affair, southwest against southeast. Brilliant run there from Niamh Doran around the breakdown. I don't think she'll get away from Emma Hennessy, but it was a stunning break nonetheless. Blackmore's in support. Really good now from Ireland as they look to get back into this game. It's out to Mairead Hopkins. She's been a game changer so often for Ireland in this tournament. Offload to get ball back into play. Blackmore spreads it now to Kennedy. Cutting infield and breaks through a tackle. Can they get the ball back? It's Doran who started this all off. She's probably not going to outstrip Hennessy, should I say, again. And this time it's turned over. She just got herself a little bit stranded there. Doran going down the blind side, holding on to possession. And East Wales can break with War, and Hennessy now. And that's not something Ireland would want to see. Hennessy with speed and room on the outside. And finally, the East Wales number 1, who's shone so much in this tournament, gets room and goes in for another score. She's been one of the standout figures in the tournament, certainly one of the standout try scorers, Emma Hennessy, across the competition. And she's just notched another one there, using her speed to get around the outside. Sophie Ward, to be fair, had the presence of mind to take the quick tap penalty after Ireland gave the ball away in their own attack. That could be that. The conversion was missed, but 19-5 now, with just over 3 minutes remaining. Still time, but Ireland have to strike back immediately, and they'll look to do so here through Shannon Tollehay. Takes into midfield. Is tackled by opposite number Claire Morgan. Blackmore now. Hopkins has seen a lot of possession in this half, in this match entirely actually. As has Blackmore, who looks to spin it now to the opposite side. English is taken down by Morgan there. A little high, but referee says play on, and now it's out to Kennedy. Can she race clear of Emma Hennessy? Not many can, and Kennedy can't either, but she breaks through the tackle. Has she got the second win to get her all the way? Brilliantly tackled by Babyllion. That's the second time this match that she has found the speed to get across, and that was a second try-saving tackle of the game for the East Wales number 9. And now she's looking to spark a counter-attack, and it might come here. It's out to Captain Morgan, brilliantly tackled by fellow captain Claire Blackmore. And Morgan's down, potentially clutching her knee there. And just as East Wales go clear again, the referee stopping play. A couple of players down on this near touchline, so the referee making the correct decision there just to stop play. I think it's safe to say that Ireland had stopped before East Wales went through anyway. So a few changes here. And one of the East Wales players just down on this near side, so as ever, just always have to be so careful with any serious looking injury in rugby. Having to take every possible precaution. Reid Hopkins as well for Ireland is just struggling at the moment. Good to see that Sam Morris for East Wales now sat up. Correct to stop play for now. Claire Morgan, the East Wales skipper, being applauded off the field as well. She's hobbling somewhat, potentially a knee injury, so just a short break in play here while the players are capably dealt with. 19 points to 5 East Wales lead at the moment though, so they're in pole position to take the bowl title, which I'm sure they will have been targeting the second that the full-time whistle went yesterday in their quarter-final defeat to West Wales. I'm sure immediately their eyes would have been turning to winning the semi-final and the final in the bowl competition and taking some silverware home. Applause now for Mairead Hopkins as she leaves the field. Wish all the best to the players there who've left the field with injuries. Play underway again here, and Ireland have turned it over at the scrum, but then it's immediately won back by East Wales. Billion linking up well there with Martha Setchfield. Lovely little wraparound. Ball, I think, went forward there, so Ireland have a chance to counter on halfway. Powerful offload there. More to English, and there is a bit of room there, and she actually steps through 2 tackles there, carries on going, and it's bobbled its way back to Blackmore, and there's room outside here. Can the Ireland skipper get away? She's shown a really clean pair of heels there to go clear. Fantastic play by the Ireland skipper, and in under the post to make the conversion easier. With a minute and a half remaining, this game just about still on. Big conversion here for Blackmore. If she can make it, then they're within 1 score of getting level. And make it she does. A minute to play then. East Wales 19, Ireland 12. It's going to be a dramatic finish here. East Wales have one hand on the bowl trophy, but Ireland desperate to loosen that grasp and snatch it themselves. Chloe Blackmore, the skipper, leading by example. It will be her restart now. What can she do with it? Can she put the position under pressure? Pavilion gathers well. Thinks about kicking then. A hitch kick and a lovely dummy as well to go through. Ball in one hand looking for the offload. She finds it eventually. There's Truslove there who had it, and now Lewis. Really strong play here, and Hennessy finds the offload back to Thomas, and now it's Lewis. Hennessy's in support. They're looking to finish with a flourish here. Hennessy pins her ears back. She's got 3 defenders on her. A couple of dummies and an accidental offside there. But not enough time for the restart. And East Wales have the silverware that they so desperately craved. 19-12 success means they are the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Bowls champions. A valiant fight back by Ireland at the end there, just not quite enough to get them back into the game. So East Wales claim the first of the 2 trophies on offer. The bowl is theirs, but a brilliant performance by both sides. A really, really entertaining final all round there. East Wales come out on top, 19 points to 12. They will lift the bowl at the presentation ceremony later for Ireland. It's a 6th place finish in the tournament, but some brilliant performances nonetheless. But East Wales, the bowl champions, 19 points to 12 for the victory. Well, if you think it's been serious so far, it's about to go up a notch into the final 2 matches of this year's Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Rugby Sevens tournament. And we're on to the bronze final. We're into the medals now. The North taking on West Wales. The winner will take home the bronze medal. Both sides have enjoyed, well, slightly contrasting tournaments. The North had won every game heading into this morning's semi-final. West Wales lost all 3 games in the pool, but then produced a stunning performance to beat East Wales yesterday afternoon. That's how both sides got to the Cup semi-finals. And now they're a single game away from a medal at the School Games. I don't think there's any questioning who East Wales are supporting there. The bowl winners just behind us cheering on their compatriots, who will be in red, and in the pink purple it's the North who will get us underway. Holly Aitchinson, one of the star names of the tournament. Remember, you're probably seeing some Olympic stars of the future. Rugby Sevens making its Olympic bow in Rio next year, and hopefully it's here to stay, so these girls will hopefully be appearing in Olympic Games to come. Bethan Lewis charging it up there from the restart for West Wales, but wonderfully turned over in the tackle, and North looking to strike from the start. Wilcock getting it off Aitchinson. It's shipped out now to Caris Marsh. Strong defence though by West Wales, but Marsh gets it out. And the wraparound is Kelly Smith, who is brilliantly shepherded into touch there. And they're taking a quick lineup. We've not seen too many of them, but you'd think in Sevens you'd see more of them. And West Wales hoping that it can pay off for them. Bethan Lewis again, and shipping it out wide for Carly Jones, who gets it well. The offload can't come first time. It does the second time, and now offload. Again, brilliant play. It's Captain Aish Butchers there. She's done really well, Butcher. She's taken it about 10 metres up on her feet. Able support, and it's Jones to Lewis looking to stretch it to the left now. Katie Thicker using her speed. She's got Delyn Alcock outside, and she might not need her here, Thicker. She's using her speed down the far wing as she got the pace. Aitchinson's trying to get across to stop her and does so brilliantly. But Alcock picks it up now. Does she have the support? And Thicker's up off her feet again. Wilcock with the tackle. Superb defence by North, but the ball retention by West Wales admirable. Shipping it right now. Butchers, the captain, gathers. Fantastic line from her. Off to Bethan Lewis again. Up to within a metre or so of the line. Can they use it? A diving over now for the try is Captain Butchers. What a spirited start by West Wales. Butchers, the captain, applying the finishing touch, but you could give the plaudits to all of about 5 or 6 of the West Wales team there. Thicker it was who made the initial break. Fantastic tackle by Aitchinson on the cover, then Alcock with the pickup. She was stopped by Wilcock in defence. Butchers, though, importantly, had the presence of mind to finish after Bethan Lewis crashed up to within a metre. So 7-0 the lead now following the conversion. 2.5 minutes into this first half. And you can tell from the cheers, I'm sure there are plenty of supporters for West Wales on that far side. So 7-0 West Wales lead here. Remember, a bronze medal at stake in the 2015 Sainsbury School Games, so a lot to play for. And the intensity of the first 2.5 minutes, you can tell exactly how much it means to every single player on the pitch. North looking for immediate response. Aitchinson shipping it out wide to captain Rachel Woozy. Has she got the pace to get clear of the covering tackler? It looks as if she'll go all the way here. Carly Jones doesn't have the legs to keep up. And Woozy with the response straight away. Both captains leading by example here. Try a piece for the skippers. Eilish Butchers crashing over for West Wales, and now Woozy racing clear for the North. Holly Aitchinson's conversion just drifting wide in the wind, so West Wales retain their lead, but it's now just down to 2 points with 3 minutes of this first half remaining. Raking kick gathered by Bethan Lewis, and a nice behind the back pass to Butchers, who's running cross field here and handing off once and then twice and then 3 times. Ellie Kildun can't stop her the first time. Butchers still going, gets it off to Lewis, who's breaking through now, the number 8. Butchers was up in support again, but the offload just drifting forwards. The North will be glad to see the referee blow his whistle there, because that was breathless stuff from West Wales at the start of this passage. Eilish Butchers and Bethan Lewis linking up nicely. Pass just drifting forward in the offload. Caris Marsh puts in then. Aitchinson has it behind the scrum and she's chipped through for herself. If it bounces well, she could gather and go all the way, but it didn't sit up for the number 10. So she knocks forward. And now a chance for West Wales to counter on the far side with Bethan Jones. But she's brilliantly tackled by Woozy. Both skippers really are leading by example here this afternoon. They both know what's up for grabs. The bronze medal. Third place finish at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games, but fantastic work by both sides. Marsh again does well to get it out of the back of the scrum. Aitchinson again just holding on, and then lovely line from Wilcock and the dummy, and it's out to Ellie Kildun, and she has shown her speed throughout this tournament as she got the pace to get there again. Absolutely fine finish from the North, and they move in front. Once again, that was some fine rugby sevens off the back of the scrum. Aitchinson selling the dummy with Wilcock, and then that allowed Kildun the space out wide, and she needed no invitation to race home. Aitchinson takes a bit more time over this conversion, and it tells, slotting it through the post. So 12 points to 7 they lead now, with 15 seconds or so remaining. One more passage of play in the half. And the North have reacted really well, actually, following West Wales' opening try. Bethan Lewis gathers again from the restarts. She's been everywhere in this first half. Katie Thicker in Alcott, really good pick up by her. And she's trying to use her speed to get past 1, to get past 2, and Aitchinson again, what an offload. But actually it's gone to a North player. And is there one final chance for the side in pink to stretch their lead further here? No, it's turned over. The referee deciding it's done illegally so, and that penalty then for the North. Can they find one more score before the break? It would be a disappointing one if it was for West Wales here. Another penalty. Marched back another 10 metres, so Wilcock switches side. It wasn't really pre-planned, but it might work anyway. Aitchison sells the dummy and goes through. Brilliantly tackled, but the offload's a fantastic one to Marsh. Wilcock runners everywhere. Woozy, can she get it? She gathers it on the second attempt. Can she get in at the corner? And the North extend their lead on the stroke of half-time. Really good effort from the touchline there from Aitchison, just drifts wide, but the North will be really pleased with their response. West Wales went ahead early on, Eilish Butcher's the captain going over, but since then the North have clicked up a gear, and 3 tries, 2 from Woozy, have put the English side in a strong position. Still a long way to go for them to secure the bronze medal, but they'll be quietly confident that they can hold on. Reminder, you do not want to be going anywhere after this game, as it is the final match of the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Rugby Sevens tournament. It is, of course, the final to decide who will take home the gold medal and be champions of the tournament. It's an all-English affair, an all-South English affair, actually. The Southwest taking on the Southeast to decide who is the champions, who takes gold, who takes silver. That one coming up straight after this, so don't go anywhere. And then following that, we'll have the presentation ceremony. So plenty more still to come, but I don't think you'd be turning off anyway, because this final, 3rd and 4th placed final, the bronze medal match, is by no means over either. The North leading 17-7, and Bethan Lewis will get us back underway for West Wales. Marsh to Aitchison, looking out for Kildun, and although she gathers it on the bounce, the referee judging it went forward, so an early opportunity potentially for the side in red. The sun is back out here at the Armitage Centre, hopefully to stay for the next half hour or so to the end of the competition. Holly Aitchison then looking to spark an attack after the turnover at the scrum. The pass just in front of Ellie Kildun though, so the scrum will be reset, but just sort of 10 metres or so behind where it was originally. Positive signs for the North at the set piece, and West Wales, they know they need to be a little stronger there if they're to retain possession and get themselves back onto the scoreboard. Well hooked again though by the North side, but reset. Well, the ball twice dropped, but twice knocked backwards, says the referee, and Ellen Alcock it is, who has gathered and will scamper clear for the second try for her side. Well, we really do have a game on our hands now. And Alcock has used her speed to good effect again. It was disappointing from the North point of view. Twice the ball going to ground there. But twice it going backwards. Thicker originally regaining, then Alcock. And she used the space on the far side to go clear, and the West Wales supporters, you can hear them on the far side as well. Really encouraged by that. 17 points to 12 the score now. An important conversion here for Katie Powell if she can make it. Her side move to within 3. Doesn't have the power on it, so 17-12 it remains with 4 and a bit minutes left. Said we didn't think that this game was over yet, and it certainly isn't. Aitchison does well to take again. Support to her right, uses it. It's Captain Woozy again. Back to Aitchison, who is everywhere at the moment. Off to Woozy again. Really smart play on this blind side. But the pass going to ground there, and then nicked on by Kildun. And West Wales really putting some pressure on now. The bronze medal is hanging in the balance at the moment here at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games. Stronger set piece there from West Wales, but the referee still wanting it to be reset. That'll frustrate the Welsh side. They had a good platform there. Their back set very deep, as you can see. Bethan Lewis standing at first receiver. Katie Thicker outside her, and then Alcock, who has scored a lot of tries in this tournament, out wide. It goes to Lewis. She takes her time with it, gives it to Thicker, and then Alcock. It's worked well so far. Has Alcock got the speed to get away? She has! And she might go through here. Delyn Alcock for another. We're all square in the final. This bronze medal match seemed to be going to form when North went 17-7 up. Rachel Woozy scoring on the stroke of half-time, but since then, it's been all West Wales, and Delyn Alcock has a pair of tries that have dragged her side level with 2 minutes remaining. It was a very hard kick for Bethan Lewis, and she didn't really get hold of it, so it is 17 all with 2 minutes to play. I've been told that extra time, if it is required, will be 5 minutes each way, but golden points. So the first point scored by either side will see them take victory. We're not quite there yet, but tell you what, we may well be. Well gathered by Taz. And now a break on the far side, potentially. The North looking to hit straight back. Brilliant tackle in defence, and it's knocked on as well. Kildun it was on the far side, streaking clear. But the West Wales defence has been unflinching in this second half. One minute remaining to decide who will take the bronze medal. Bethan Lewis ships it wide. A little bit flatter this time, West Wales. It's Carly Jones who gets it though. Can she find room? She's still got support. And now it's a one-on-one foot race. Kildun, perfect tackle. Has the ball gone out? Touch judge has his flag up. Says yes, it has. So it'll be a North line out with 40 seconds remaining. A platform to attack from. Otherwise, we are heading to extra time. Line out to the front, but it goes to ground, and on it straight away are West Wales, and they're looking to break down this blind side now. There is support here, and the support is in the form of Eilish Bushes, and the skipper's going clear here. She's got 3 defenders on her. She's done really well to cut inside. Bethan Lewis in support. There's support outside. Lewis wants to go herself. Offloads to Butcher. Can Butcher get it away to Thicker? But the pass is forward. The referee has seen a forward pass. Dramatic, dramatic end here. Well, I don't think any of the supporters can believe it, and I think on the far side the supporters are still celebrating. Well, drama here in the bronze medal match. West Wales thought they had the winning try, but the referee adjudged the offload to be forward. Celebrations cut short. So this is the final passage of play. Strong scrum from North, and Aitchison picks it up well. She's got Kildun outside her, but the pass goes to ground. If it goes out of play, it will be extra time. It does. We're going to extra time then. What a finish here. West Wales pulled themselves back in to the game and thought they'd stolen it at the last. But it wasn't to be. Ailish Butcher's brilliantly breaking down this blindside, cutting in field, linking up with Bethan Lewis, and then it was Katie Thicker, I believe, who thought she might have gone over for the match-winning try. But it wasn't to be. The referee awarding the forward pass. So here's how it works. It's 5 minutes of golden point rugby sevens here. Any point wins it. So the first team to score, whether that be a try, a drop goal, and that is enough to take the bronze medal. What a way to end this game. Both sides in their huddles now. So I'm afraid the gold medal match will just have to wait a little longer. Both sides, I imagine, are about ready to come out, but they'll have to keep themselves warm because we have, well, who knows how long we've got left here. Could be 5 minutes, might be 20 seconds. You just don't know with golden points. Or whichever way it goes, it's going to be a dramatic finish to the Rugby Sevens clash here. The Southwest-Southeast final, of course, coming up next. So stay tuned for that, but I'm sure you won't be turning over anyway, because this is unprecedented drama here at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games. Bronze medal in the balance. First team to score will climb the podium. Side defeated, but of course be ranked 4th for the tournament. Still a fantastic display, but try telling that to the side that loses out here, especially given the dramatic circumstances. So they swap sides and it will be the North to restart. Here's your chance, girls, to make yourself a hero. Aitchison will take the restart. A commendable second half display that was. At 17-5 at the break, you thought it was all over, but superb comeback by West Wales. They're pinned back early on here. Carly Jones picks up, goes round one tackler, but is well tackled. Brilliant offload though. And she gets it back now, Jones. Does she have the pace to get away? She's going to be marshalled here by Aitchison, who shepherds her into touch well there. Jones decided she should just pin her ears back and see how far she could go. Wilcock then will take the line out for the North. Woozy wins it. Marsh out to Aitchison. Potentially players over here. Kildun steps lovely, takes 2 players out of it. And now they're switching it this side. They've got players over. Aitchison has Wilcock and Woozy in support. It's Rachel Woozy, the captain. She'll go for the line, and the try, and the bronze medal is the North's. If ever there was a tale of agony and ecstasy here at the Sainsbury's 2015 school games, it was the last 2 minutes of Rugby Sevens you've just seen. Valiant by West Wales, who pulled themselves back into the game and thought they'd won it at the end of normal time. Their try was disallowed, and the North have bitten back in the cruelest fashion. Rachel Woozy, the captain, leading by example. She got a hat-trick in that bronze medal match, let's not forget. And it was her finish in the corner there that have wrapped up the bronze medal. The North victorious, but what a game we've seen there. Massive round of applause to both sides. That was entertainment at its best, but cruel for West Wales, delight for the North. They take the bronze medal, winning in extra time, 22 points to 17. Well, try getting your breath back after that, I'm going to. That was serious drama at the end of that bronze medal match there. And if that's anything to go by, well, I think we could expect a very special final. This is it, the final game of the girls' rugby sevens here at the 2015 Sainsbury's School Games. And fittingly, it is the gold medal match, the final between the Southwest and the Southeast, the two standout sides in this year's tournament. The Southwest will be in orange, the Southeast in yellow. And both are going for one colour and one colour only, and that is gold. Looking to get the gold medal at the end of the competition. What a tournament it has been. It's been a pleasure to be here and commentate on all the action. Friday, of course, saw the opening round of pool games. Yesterday, a bumper 12-game schedule. And now today we've seen some thrilling semi-finals, playoff matches, and that bronze medal match so far tops it all, but it might be top once again. The gold medal match coming up then. Southwest lineup as follows: 1, Kat McNaney; 2, Vicky Laughlin; 3, Chantal Miel; 4, Brooke Bradley; 5 is Maisie Goodmanson; 6, Abby Dow; 7, Anna Wolf; 8, Captain Rowan White; 9 is Poppy Leach; 10, Millie Wallace; 11 is Hannah Luff; and Carrie Cox is 12. The Southeast squad: Sophie Tandy wears 1, Jess Breach 2, Boo Wadhams 3, Morgan Freeman is 4, Rosanna Moynihan 5, Olivia Almond is 6, Eleanor Perry wears 7, 8 is Holly Brando; 9, Taz Bricknell; 10, Zoe Harrison; 11, Captain Sarah Byrne; and 12 is Rosie Galligan. This is it then. Sporting immortality awaits for one of these sides if they can take the gold medal at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games. Both have been brilliant throughout the tournament. Southwest potentially causing a bit of an upset in their semi-final, beating the North, who we've just seen win the gold medal. Southeast really flexing their sevens muscles in beating West Wales. But only one could prove victorious. The gold medal final is on its way here from the Armitage Centre live. Fantastic to see as well then that the sides from the rest of the competition, the other 6 teams, have provided a guard of honour for the 2 finalists coming out. That's really good to see. It's been a fantastic tournament, played in brilliant spirits all round. Fitting then that the 2 finalists are clapped out by the other 6 teams. I think we're in for something really special over the next 15 minutes or so. Good as well to see on the grandstand on the far side. There's plenty of support for both sides. That fully deserves. All 8 sides deserving a massive amount of credit, but these 2 have been the best and have got themselves to the cup final. This for the gold medal then. Zoe Harrison of the Southeast will get us underway. Southeast playing from right to left in yellow, the Southwest in orange. The Sainsbury 2015 School Games Cup Final is underway. And a brilliant restart there as well. Good take there by the commentator. You don't lose it, do you? Comes our way, and it will be a line out to the southwest. Almost won in the air by Abidal, but the southeast turning over. Byrne looking to get it out. They've got players over if they can use them. It's Rosie Galligan here looking to ship it on. Byrne knocks it backwards, well picked up. And southeast straight into the ascendancy here. Looking for an early score to set the tone. Still got it there is Holly Brando. She ships it on, and is it Zoe Harrison inside? Great offload, brilliant try-saving tackle on the line. And has it been turned over on the floor? If it has, it's a huge moment early on in this game. And the Southwest have it now. They've got players over if they can use it. Breaking through the tackle there was Captain Rowan White. Still players over, but instead they elect to kick the ball clear and just release the pressure. It's a fantastic clearance kick. Zoe Harrison scampering back. She gathers well. The Southwest defensive line up quick, and Harrison brilliantly brought down there. Taken on though by Jess Breach, who's another one with quite a few tries to her name here, but illegal on the floor, so Southwest have it and they tap it quick. Rowan White, the captain, goes. She makes a bit of ground and offloads to Abby Dow. Brilliant turn of pace and breaks away from one tackle. Sarah Bird gets back, and the skipper with a superb tackle there. And then the knock on, and we all get a chance just to take a breath. What a start to this game. Fitting of the final match. Two sides showing their qualities early on, but a brilliant try-saving tackle on one side, and then Southeast captain Sarah Byrne gets back to stop a try in the other end. 0-0 then after almost 2 minutes of the gold medal match here. Southwest will have the put in. Solid scrum, and it pops out the back. Southwest looking to run it up here, and it's a good step one way and the other there. Has the ball gone forward on the floor, though? It has. And the Southeast will be really pleased with that. Defensive line standing up well. Adams puts into the scrum. Might have been turned over here, but somehow Captain Sarah Byrne, who was in that scrum, has managed to fall on the ball. Referee says illegally done though, and Abby Dowd takes it quickly for the West. Shipping it in and then out again. Lovely line and brilliant tackle there. Sarah Byrne again. She's been in the action a lot here, but Abby Dowd going down the blind side again. She's found a lot of luck in the tournament that way so far, and she's got the opening try in this final. Conversion goes up, but drifts short. What a start though for Southwest. Breathless start to this game. And in a final like this, you have to take your chances when they come. And the Southwest or Abby Dow have done just that. They lead 5-0 with 3 minutes of this first half to play. Gold medal at stake here. Doesn't get much bigger than that. Restart goes up, but isn't going to go long enough. And it's going to be a free kick on halfway then for the Southeast. They want to hit back straight away here. And they looking Byrne, look how quickly she's up in support there, and a fantastic offload to Wadhams, who started the move. 10 metres made already there. Southwest defensive line though, quickly Byrne. A little bit hesitant this time. She has the strength to hand off, and then Harrison up in support. She's got players outside, but she might go all the way here. Zoe Harrison, the number 10, one hand off, two hand off. Has she got the pace to get in the corner? She has. Anything you can do, I can do better. Say the South East, and they're straight back into contention. A fine score from Zoe Harrison. And we're all square again in the final, it's 5-all. Great strike from the number 10, but not got the accuracy, so scores remain level. Just under 2 minutes left in this first half of the gold medal match. South East 5, South West 5. And this all-English affair is shaping up exactly how we expect it to be. Kickoff is knocked on. So South East will have the pull into the scrum and an opportunity to attack again after coming from behind. Adams to put into this scrum then. Strong set piece, brilliantly tackled though by Kat McNaney, who got round very quickly, but then she didn't release the tackler, so it'll be a penalty and another attacking opportunity for the side in yellow. Referee dragging them back. Wadhams then. Breach inside, Wadhams has it back again here, and Byrne is still outside. She's got support, brilliant support line from Holly Brando. Does she have the pace to go all the way? The number 8 is through, and it's a second try of the match for the side in yellow. South East take the lead. Brilliant move at the end of this first half. Perfect timing as well, that try. Right at the end of this first half. Can Harrison make it even better? She can't. Kick drags left, so 10-5 the half-time score in this gold medal match. The South East leading their Southwest rivals by 5 points. Abby Dow getting the opening try of the game for the Southwest. But the South East, big game players, have reacted well. They lead 10-5 at the break. Remember, the medal ceremonies presentation will be on straight after this, so stick with us to see those awards being given out to wrap up what has been a fantastic 3 days of Rugby Sevens here. As I mentioned earlier, it's been really entertaining, thoroughly enjoyable, and fantastic, of course, to see the future of Rugby Sevens in this country. Rendition of a happy birthday there for somebody on the far side of the pitch. Another thing about this tournament, it's been played in fantastic spirits, and the support has been brilliant throughout, and both sides are going to need that support to the death in this game. We saw in the bronze medal match how a game can go to the wire, heading in fact into extra time. A single score in it at the moment. This game might go the same way. At the moment it's the South East who lead, 10 points to 5. Southwest and Kat McNaney to get us back underway. The final, potentially the final 7 minutes of Rugby Sevens here at the Sainsbury 2015 school games. We'll have to wait and see, but for now it's all to play for. So lovely restart, but it just doesn't go the distance. And once again it's allowing the South East to attack from halfway, and they're quick about it. Out to Jess Breach, who steps inside and out and takes 2 tacklers to bring her down. Now Wadhams, it is lovely back of the hand pass to Freeman. Good continuity here. Breach tries to get into secure possession. Somehow the South East have kept on hold of it. Gallagher now, she's got support from Harrison and Byrne, who takes 2 tacklers, and Harrison wraps around the outside, and Zoe Harrison is going to go in for her second try of the game, and potentially the match winner for the South East. Perfect start to this second half for the South East outfit. Scored a try right at the end of the first half, Harrison, and now one right at the start of the second. The conversion falls just short, but she has certainly played her part. Harrison, a pair of tries in this final, stretching the lead to 10 points, 15 points to 5. South East lead over their Southwest rivals. Southwest flew out of the blocks, but since then the South East, we mentioned, big game side, and they've just steadied the ship, backed themselves, and really in the last 5 minutes or so have dominated play. But Southwest have the talent on show to get back into this, and Kat McNaney is one of them. Has the speed to break past one tackle, but a superb covering tackle there, not letting her get clear. Possession retained, their walk around now to Dow. What can they do with it here? All finished stepping inside and out, and the offload back to White, the captain. There's support runners right and left here. Has she got the speed to get all the way? The support runner is there, that's Goodmanson, and inside to Anna Wolf. Can she get there? She got the pace to get away. The offload goes backwards, brilliantly picked up. They've got players right and left. Surely they'll use them. Leach though, and she's hit powerfully by Sarah Byrne, but a penalty coming and a quick stoppage in play as well. Brilliant in the contact by the South East skipper. Southwest really should have made more of it, but they will have a penalty when play restarts. Patient build up, and then they attack well down this near side. South East did well to cover. It looked though as if they had overlaps on both flanks. Offside was the call for the penalty though, and they'll have a chance in a minute to try and get back into this game, but as ever, injury, so the referee correct to stop play, and the problem will be dealt with correctly. Take this time to quickly run through what has happened so far this afternoon in the Bowl 3rd and 4th place playoffs. Scotland ended their campaign on a high with victory over the Midlands. Bowl victory overall. The title went to East Wales, who came out on top over Ireland. Round of applause as well for the Southwest players back on her feet. It's Captain Rowan White, I believe. Good to see that she's okay to continue, which I think she will come off the field now, but good to see her back up. And then of course in that dramatic bronze medal match we've just seen, the North stealing it after extra time over West Wales, but this is all we're concerned with now, and the Southwest wasting a good opportunity inside the position 22, just when it looked as if they were building some pressure again. Pass not going to hand. 4 minutes left still plenty of time, but Southwest need to strike soon if they're to pull themselves back into contention for the gold medal. Look like they turn it over at the scrum, but a powerful second push by the side in yellow, and Galligan, I think it is here on the near side, who's got the pace. It's Jess Breach actually, and she won't be caught, I don't think. And Jess Breach is racing clear for the try and for the gold medal for the South East. Surely that is the match-winning score under the post as well, to allow Harrison's conversion to be easier. Southwest battled brilliantly in this game, started so well, but just had a feeling that the Southeast were timing their run to this final to perfection. And they're producing some of their best rugby now in the showpiece event. Harrison converts from in front of the posts. Another 2 points onto the total. Southeast 22, Southwest 5 now, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of this gold medal match. It's the Southeast who look to be taking the steps onto the top of the rostrum. Fine restart from Harrison, well gathered. And it's now or never for the Southwest if they're to break back into it. And what a superb breakaway run this is. She's got one player to beat. Can she go the distance herself? Superb support line. Now they have to get up and bring their support. Southeast line back so quickly. McNaney gathers it well. They've packed the blind side, the Southwest, but now they're breaking through the centre of the field, and this should be a try back for Southwest. Is it over yet? Not quite. Well, I hope for the Southeast sake that I haven't jinxed them by saying it was all over, because it isn't quite yet. 12 points the deficit now with 1 minute and 45 to play. The conversion would be an important one if she could get it. It drifts wide. Brooke Bradley has a try which will just send this game back into contention. One minute 20 remaining. 2 tries needed. That's a wonderful restart from McNaney, but brilliantly taken by Boo Adams for the Southeast. If ever there was a moment to keep your head, and now Sarah Byrne down the blind side breaking. She's tracked by Abby Dow. She hands her off, steps inside. She has support from the out. That went forward though, I think, and yeah, I think most people realise that had drifted forward, but it might have had the necessary effect anyway. It's killed some more time. We're into the final minute here, and surely the Southeast now are just counting down the seconds to victory in this year's Sainsbury's 2015 School Games. The Cup title should be theirs in the next 40 seconds or so, unless the Southwest can, well, it would be something unlike anything we've ever seen. It would surely top Leinster's Heineken Cup comeback against Northampton even, and Rowan White had it in centre field, but the knock-on comes and secured. Now the pass goes to ground. Southwest have it back, and they do have the advantage. McNaney looking to break down this near side. Does she have the pace to get away from Harrison? She doesn't. Into touch she goes. Is there time for the ball to be back into play? That will be. Cheers from the Southeast fans. They realise that the game is up, but there is time for one final passage of play. Line out. Southeast have the put in. They'll probably just look to get this straight off the field, will they? Or they'll go, they won't. Harrison will hack it into touch. And it's fitting that the player who scored 2 tries in the final is the one delivers the final act. Southeast are the 2015 Sainsbury's School Games champions. They've triumphed 22-10 over the Southwest. Another thrilling final. What a way to finish what has been a brilliant tournament from the first till the last. But the Southeast timed their run to perfection. They produced the goods when it mattered in the final, and they will take home the gold medal. They've triumphed in the final by 22 points to 10. What a way to end a thrilling Rugby Sevens tournament. Massive cheers on that far side for the victorious South-East side. Hugs all round though. South-West have played their part in a fantastic final and a brilliant competition. They will, I'm sure, take some consolation in the silver medal. They produced a stunning performance in the semi-final as well. Let's not forget that was potentially their highlight. But there have been highlights throughout the weekend. 4 brilliant games to kick us off on Friday. It really began though yesterday with 12 games, some brilliant quarterfinals, and then today, well, the drama just hasn't stopped, and it's culminated in a brilliant final. South-East are the champions. We'll have a short break now, a couple of minutes. You can see already, I'm sure, on the left side of the pitch that they're setting up the position for the ceremony, so we'll see the medal ceremonies in just a few moments' time. Stay with us for that. But just a reminder then, the headline, South-East are the champions of the 2015 Sainsbury's School Games Rugby Sevens tournament. They've been victorious 22-10 over the South-West, so they will take home the gold medal. Stay tuned for the ceremony in just a few moments' time.
Ceremony as well. No, not really, not really. I don't know if he's going to commentate through it.
players coming out then taking to the field for the presentation ceremony at the end of the Rugby Sevens event here at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games. The MC at the moment currently thanking everyone who's been involved for putting together this fantastic event. The medical staff, the volunteers, of course, the supporters and everybody else who have been involved, the coaches and all the support staff. It's been a truly brilliant weekend of action, I'm sure. Inevitably is the case across the whole city for every event that's been taking place. We've of course been based here at the Armitage Centre for the Rugby Sevens across the weekend, and a lot of people to thank. Everybody who has been involved has done a fantastic job. It's run to perfection, to be fair. There's been no delays, and that has helped with what has been an exciting weekend of rugby. So the sides taking to the field now. The medal winners. First Southwest, of course, silver medal winners, coming runners-up, finishing second after losing that brilliant final. In the middle we have Southeast victors and the gold medal winners, and then over on the right-hand side, North, who won that stunning bronze medal match in extra time. East Wales over there, of course, as well, who won the bowl tournament. And then just to the right, the red of West Wales, the green of Ireland, dark blue of Scotland, and the light blue of the Midlands, the other four teams to compete.
Finishing in 8th place at the Sainsbury 2015 School Games Girls Rugby Sevens. Give it up for the Midlands!
A round of applause now for each team in succession. So first of all, the Midlands finishing 8th in this year's tournament. A lot of support throughout. Their highlight potentially the opening day victory over Scotland, which they stole right at the end. Scotland, of course, came second, turned the tables on the Midlands in winning that third and fourth place bowl final, finishing 7th. Ireland as well, been really well supported over here in Manchester, and they finished 6th. And then 5th place, and a huge round of applause for East Wales, who clinched the bowl tournament. Superb performance. So a brilliant weekend for East Wales. Only the one defeat across the 3-day competition, and that has led to them taking home the bowl trophy, finishing 5th place. And directly above them in the rankings on the weekend, 4th place, runners-up in that superb bronze medal match, denied agonisingly at the end. It was West Wales. Big round of applause for them. And now a huge cheer for the bronze medal winners. The North of England enjoyed, similarly to East Wales, a superb tournament without making it all the way to the final of the Cup, but they were worthy winners of a medal, clinching bronze late on in what was a stunning bronze medal final. Captain Rachel Woosley, let's not forget, got a hat-trick in that final, including the game-clinching score. So a brilliant weekend for the North of England, taking home the bronze medal. And their moment in the spotlight now, the photographers and the film crew getting their footage of the North side that finished 3rd place in the 2015 Sainsbury School Games Rugby Sevens. Two teams to go then, the two that contested that brilliant final. 22-10, it ended up finishing to the southeast. Southwest flew out of the blocks, Abby Dow getting an early try, and they did come back into it, but ultimately the southeast, as I keep saying, just timed their run to perfection. They looked really strong in the knockout stages, quarter-final victory, brilliant. Semi-finals, they looked superb, and they timed it brilliantly to win it in the final. They will be the gold medal winners in a few moments' time, but another round of applause for North, the bronze medal victors this weekend.
And the winners of the silver medals. After a fantastic
And now over to the runners-up, the silver medal winners on the weekend. The Southwest, quick run through of their team. Kat McNaney, Vicky Laughlin, Chantel Miel, Brooke Bradley, Maisie Goodmanson, Abby Dow, Anna Wolf, Poppy Leach, Millie Wallace, Hannah Luff, Caris Cox and skipper Rowan White. They're receiving their silver medals now after, again, a brilliant weekend of rugby. As we mentioned, potentially causing a bit of an upset in the semi-finals by beating the North, but they deserved to. It was a stunning performance. Couldn't quite recreate that intensity in the final, but deserving winners of silver medals here at the Sainsbury School Games. I'm sure they'll cherish them on the journey back down to the Southwest. So another big round of applause for the Southwest outfit. And now it's the time for the big moment. The gold medals are about to be awarded.
And Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Girls Rugby 7 champions. After a fantastic final and tournament, they are England's Southeast!
And the biggest cheer of the day, deservedly, is saved for the victors. England Southeast taking home the gold medals. A quick run through their side once again. Sophie Tandy, Jess Breach, Boo Wadhams, Morgan Freeman, Rosanna Moynihan, Olivia Almond, Eleanor Perry, Holly Brando, Taz Bricknell, Zoe Harrison, Rosie Galligan and superb skipper Sarah Byrne. They are taking home the gold medals, the victors of the cup competition in this year's 2015 Sainsbury's School Games. And you'd be hard pushed to argue that they didn't deserve it. The applause continuing for the victorious Southeast side. We mentioned all weekend that the School Games are a stepping stone to future sporting success. Potentially we are seeing future Olympians and Paralympians across the city of Manchester this weekend, and I have no doubt that we've seen some future Rugby 7 stars here today. Potentially some in that victorious Southeast side. You'll have to keep your eye out for some of those names in the future. Might be too soon for Rio 2016, but I'm sure Tokyo 2020, the Women's Rugby 7's Great British side will see a few of these names in there. So the gold medals have been awarded.
The winners of the Sainsbury 2015 School Games Girls Rugby 7, England Southeast!
And now it's time for the trophy. Sarah Byrne, the skipper, lifts it aloft. What a moment that is. Sporting immortality at the School Games here in Manchester. So that is that then, the end of a thrilling 3 days of competition here in the south of Manchester. 8 teams started out on Friday morning, competing in the pool stages at the Sainsbury's 2015 School Games Rugby 7s tournament. We saw the teams go through to the quarter-final stages. There have been entertaining clashes throughout, and it's culminated on a brilliant Sunday of action. But that is it for the weekend. The bronze medal went to the North, silver to the Southwest. East Wales clinched the bowl competition. There were notable performances across the tournament from West Wales, from Scotland, from Ireland and from the Midlands. But the 2015 Sainsbury's School Games champions are the South East of England. They're the victors. Thank you very much for joining us across 3 days of thrilling rugby. It's been a pleasure to bring you live coverage here from the Armitage Centre. I've been Joshua Murray. Hope you've enjoyed. And finally, one more time, congratulations to the champions. the southeast of England. From us here at the Armitage Centre in south of Manchester, it's goodbye.